Page 13. 25 Need to Know Key Performance Indicators, by Bernard Marr. 0.2. Kpis have to measure what matters. For KPIs to be the vital navigation instruments that help you understand whether your business is on the right track or not, we have first to define the strategy and then closely link our KPIs to that. Too many organizations fall into the trap of retrofitting objectives to existing and established metrics, which is simply back to front. KPI development has to start with your strategy and the objectives the business is aiming to achieve. I spend most of my life helping organizations define their strategy, develop dashboards and scorecards, and develop the KPIs they need to monitor and manage their business. If you would like practical step-by-step guidance on how to develop and use a performance management system, I would refer you to my website, www.apeinstitute.com. There, you can find a lot of free material on how to develop and use KPIs in practice, including practical guides, a KPI library and many real-world case studies. They will guide you through the process and make a perfect companion to this book. One important point I make in my other books that is worth repeating here is that KPIs need to give us information and answers to what we need to know. What we have to make sure is that we know what our information needs are and what questions we want answered before we introduce any KPIs. This is why I have developed the concept of key performance questions, or KPQs for short. A KPQ is a management question that captures exactly what it is that managers need to know. The rationale for KPQs is that they focus our attention on what actually matters most and therefore provide guidance for choosing the most meaningful KPIs. Many of my clients now use the concept of KPQs extensively to guide their KPI selection and to provide context for their KPI reporting. Take Google, for instance, one of today's most successful and most admired companies. Google's executive chairman Eric Schmidt now says, "We run the company by questions, not by answers." So in the strategy process we've so far formulated 30 questions that we have to answer. You ask it as a question, rather than a pithy answer, and that stimulates conversation. In this book I have created a sample KPQ for each KPI that is included. This gives you further context for each KPI and provides you with a starting point for using KPQs in your own business. Page 14.